How you doing, family? Yes, this is your optimism. Oh, you know it looks beautiful. Daily dose of depth. Optimism really looks beautiful on your face. And I say this just to remind us that that's an actual word, optimism. Thinking positively, being hopeful, having faith in the future. Like, that's a real thing that people practice and live by and follow. And so I say it not for some cute saying or like just as a nice intro, but like, yo, use the word more, live it more, manifest it, embody it more, because we need to be optimists. We need to be optimal in terms of Optimus Prime. I don't know if you know Transformers is one of my favorite movies. Shia LaBeouf, Megan Fox. Okay, that's another story, but still practice it. And of course, this is the 8th day of Black History Month, Black History Year, in a series I love to call Wake Up and Smell the Roots, okay? Because we don't drink coffee, we drink our roots. It sounds a little off, but just peep game. I want to talk about Black privilege. And I want to speak of it from a space of creation and history and remembrance. Because we need to wake up. And it's not just me saying it because we're in Black History Month, but really because, wait, what they doing down there? Okay, something happening. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out later. We need to be in a kind of, in an uproar. Not even a kind of. We need to be outrageous. We need to be audacious. We need to be, in some cases, righteously angry at how much we don't like own nothing. Like we don't have like a cultural tradition of passing things down or passing things on. Like it's as if we don't, in our own communities, not thinking about European Americans or quote unquote white people. There's no one who's white, there's no one who's black, that's another story. But beyond them, what do we give generationally? What is our generational wealth? And yes, it's fighting oppression, and yes, it's being social change advocates and agents. But it has to be more, and beyond that, it has to be a Black privilege. There has to be a privilege in our Blackness that literally, because you are African American, yeah, you could do your two-step because you are African. Yeah, you know how to make some good jollof or wash with your hands because you are in the diaspora, whether it be Caribbean or Brazilian. You know how to speak a multitude of languages, or you just have like a really cool aura about you. You have an island vibe. You're usually really cool. But there needs to be something else that we pass on generationally, meaning there needs to be another thing associated to our privilege. And what that is creation and creativity and that creative impulse. We are the first creators. We are the first mothers, the first fathers, the first lawyers, the first doctors, the first everything. But look in your neighborhood right now. What are we creating? Are we just consuming? Are we just consumers that we just look on Instagram and we look on TikTok and we look on these social media platforms that we do not own, but that we make billions of dollars for? And some of us get paid really well from it. But a lot of us don't. And we just consume. It's rubbish, it's garbage. Some of us look at good stuff, but you're missing the point. What are we consuming in terms of, is it made from us and is it made for us? And lastly, what are we creating that really passes down generation after generation after generation? Wealth beyond our years, wealth beyond our privilege, and wealth beyond our wildest imagination. Because I think there's nothing more empowering than a name. And when we just look at the legacy of our names, a lot of us still carrying these former enslavers. And your name is Lynch, your name is White, and you full-blown African or African American, and it's like just small things like what are we creating? Because it has to start from the smallest seed to the largest tree, to the largest root. This level of creation and decolonization. I'm speaking a lot, but I just want you guys to feel me in terms of stepping up in your creative energy and realizing that there's a privilege in this melanin. that there's a privilege in this skin, that there's a privilege in knowing your history, knowing your roots, knowing your culture. My friends are calling me, so I'll just leave you with this. Step up. Understand that, yes, we have Black History Month, and yeah, we can have this whole year really, but it means nothing if you don't have something to privilege another Black person, quote unquote Black person, African American. Peep the language I'm using is for a reason. African diasporan. Because we have to break these traditions that we did not create. We were only deemed black in the 18 to 1700s. It's a new phenomenon, literally. And it was only associated to Europeans, quote unquote, whiteness. It wasn't authentic or endogenous or organic to us. So again, just realize, what is our privilege? What is our African privilege? What is the African American privilege? What is the African diasporas, the Caribbean, the Brazilian privilege? Okay, the Costa Rican privilege. Okay, the Guatemalan privilege. What do we privilege each other just because we look the same? Or do we just kill each other? Or do we just steal from each other? Or do we just not love each other because we look like ourselves and deep down we are still healing through a self-loathing perpetuated by the enemy? And you could say that's European, you could say that's Caucasian, white, but I just say it's not love. So love today. Wake up today, realize it's your blessed day. You look beautiful today. It's optimism because you woke up today. And more than anything, realize your privilege. All right, I'm out.